Hey, Mike Hobbs here, and I was actually going through some of the questions people have been submitting me over the last couple days, and one of the topics was duplication. And, have you ever had a problem with duplication in your business? Maybe your team member's not doing any marketing or really getting the results that they want. Well, if that is an issue for you, today's video is perfect because I'm going to be sharing with you 3 tips on how to increase your duplication in your downline. And here is where it all starts, okay? When it comes to duplication, it comes down to, is it simple, and are they doing it every single day? So is it a marketing strategy they can actually implement every single day, and is it simple? So it all really comes down to simplicity when it comes to duplication. So my 3 tips, number one, is it has to be something that people are familiar with. So the platform that you're actually marketing on, are people familiar with it? Or is it just completely foreign? Okay. So for example, Facebook, Facebook is, has billions of users, and, people are familiar with Facebook. So if you can teach them a strategy that uses Facebook, then that is familiar for the most part all across the board. Okay. So that's tip number one, is have a platform that's familiar all across the board. The second thing is it easy to do? Okay, is there a low resistance when you're actually doing it? Like, for example, picking up the phone and cold calling, it's easy to do for some people, but some people are afraid of the phone and they won't want to pick it up, or they'll get rejected or whatever, and it's not that duplicatable unless they go through some training or go through some learning curve or go through a whole bunch of leads to implement, like stuff like SEO, for example. Is that easy to do? No, you have to go through like a 6 month to a year learning curve to actually implement search engine optimization. Okay, now there's some time and a place to teach that stuff to certain people who want to learn it, but as far as if you're talking duplication, you got to stick with something that's easy to do. Can everybody do it? So, and if they can, then that'll be something that duplicates in your downline, a whole bunch of levels deep. Okay, and then the third tip is it too technical? Okay, is this strategy too technical? Kind of like the SEO example. Do they have to create a bunch of websites? Do they have to create a bunch of lead capture pages? Do they have to, do a bunch of videos? Do they have to, do all these editing and all these just crazy technical things that the masses don't know how to do, or they'll have to go through a learning curve to do it? If it's super technical, then it will not duplicate to the masses. Okay, so the 3 tips, if we put them all together, is it a platform that's widely known? Is it easy to do? And is it not super technical? And if you go by those 3 things and you start teaching marketing methods that fall into those 3 categories, you're going to start duplicating all the way down. For example, I started teaching a Facebook marketing strategy where I taught people how to inbox people, like send a quick little message and find out more about them and see what needs they had, and then have a call to action for them to actually your business or whatever it may be, if you found out that that was a need for them. And it was super easy. It duplicated like crazy. My team at that time was 30. We went to 300 people in less than 30 days. Okay, so it was a really simple duplicatable strategy. So here's what I want to do. So if you want to put all this together, tomorrow, Wednesday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm actually putting together a webinar. I'm hosting a webinar. I have a special guest social media expert who's going to teach you a super simple, duplicatable strategy on building a local team in whatever network marketing business that you're currently in. This will go for building online businesses, offline businesses. It really doesn't matter what businesses you are, because we're going to teach you how to use social media to do it. So it's a very low resistance, easy to do thing. It's not super technical, and it's on platforms that people are very, very widely known. So it's a really easy duplicatable strategy. So if you'd like to register for that webinar, it's going to be packed out. There's people not going to be able to get on the webinar. It's at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday, October 22nd. And the link is in the description. It's also at freedomshortcut.com freedomshortcut.com/local. freedomshortcut.com/local. And I'm going to be hosting the webinar. We're going to have a special guest trainer, social media expert, going to teach you how to use the internet, social media, and build a local team. And it's super, super duplicatable. This is a perfect topic for those of you who are struggling with duplication in your downline. And I highly suggest you make it there live, because I'm actually taking the top 10 questions that I've been getting submitted to me. And at the end of that webinar, I'm going to actually be answering those questions, help you build your social media following, downline, whatever questions come into me. So very, very cool webinar. You're going to want to be there live. If you can't be there live, I will send out a recording at that same link, freedomshortcut.com/local. You'll be able to get the recording there as well, if you're watching this video at a later time. But with that said, I will see you Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.